What's up everybody? Thanks for clicking. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing an electric power washer. I'm going to show you how to assemble it and does it work or not. I'll give you my impressions. Oh my goodness, I am so glad you are here. Thanks for clicking. Welcome to my channel. Got a good video for you today. This is my gas-powered pressure washer that went kaput on me after like 10 years. I love this thing, but it was kind of getting to be a pain in the butt in terms of maintenance. I had to change the oil. You got to mix the gas, and it started to rust a little bit. It was just time to transition to a new one. So I thought I would explore this one here. This is an electric power washer, and the big question is, what is better, a gas-powered or an electric one? And I think I know the answer to that, but I'm gonna put this one to the test. Let's get it assembled first. By the way, welcome to the channel. Do lots of home projects around the house, saving you time and money. Click that subscribe button. I put out videos regularly. Like this video and share this with somebody that you know. And if you want to make your own YouTube channel and turn your hobbies into real cash every month, check out my course. You can click the link in the description below. So here it is right out of the box, brand spanking new, pretty sexy looking, I think. And we've got all the parts out of the packaging. And packaging, by the way, was pretty solid, I think. There are no visible marks or anything like that. Here's kind of a visual tour of what this actual thing looks like. And the brand there you can see, and I'll put links down in the description below for everything that you see in this video, so no worries there. And here is the cord. We're going to be putting this to the test too. Does it plug in? Is it long enough? And, you know, all those kinds of good questions. What if I need an extension cord? Here is the pressure washer hose. It's super heavy duty, fortified, because there's so much pressure going through there. It's like over 2,000 PSI. And then here are the nozzle pieces for it, color-coded and clearly labeled with the angles that they are provided there. And you can see there we've got 15, 40, what is that, 25. And here is the trigger mechanism. And we'll be putting this all together, don't worry. And here's the wand, the nozzle, this piece as well. That will be the input for your garden hose. And then this piece actually has soap containers for soap. And I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not really interested in using that, but it is there if you want it. So first things first, let's get this thing put together. Assembly is pretty easy. I've got the instructions next to me here, and you just slide the top piece on just like that. And we'll kind of turn it around here, because the next thing you need to do is take these screws, and the instructions clearly indicate, let me turn the flashlight on for you can see in there, there's 4 screw holes. Can you see that? Pretty easy. You need your own screwdriver. The screws are provided, obviously, and get a long screwdriver. That's better. See, I started with a smaller one, but I kind of started to rub up against the plastic, so get a long one and you'll be much happier. You've got 2 detergent tanks here, and you just slide the tube in like that. And then these caps, they're rubberized, so they just kind of pop on. They don't screw on or anything. And I did notice the only downside of these is that one of them kind of stayed into place really well. You can see the one to the left there, but the one on the right did not really lock into place as I think it should have. So you can kind of jam it in there a little bit, but it should click and lock, and the instructions say that it should. So I know it's maybe a defect or something like that. But I could choose to follow up with that with the manufacturer or not. Here's the back end look of that. So this one has nothing to really bite onto. It's like, anyway, something to pay attention to. We're going to plug in the tubes there, you could see, and then we'll flip it around to the front. And here's like a little tray. We're going to attach that next with the screwdriver and the screw provided. Feel free to rewind if I went too fast there. Love YouTube videos. Hey, if I went too fast, just rewind it. Here's the next piece we'll put on. And this goes right on the front. This is kind of like a little hanger for the extension cord or the tube itself. And so the assembly is pretty easy, just a matter of putting the screws in the proper place. Now, as far as the wand and the trigger mechanism go, I don't know the exact name of this piece, whatever it is. It just screws on just like that. And then we're going to screw in the hose right there. Let's unwind it first. And everything seems really high quality, like pretty heavy duty. There's nothing lightweight or cheap. I'm feeling real metal here, and obviously plastic parts as well. But the hose seems well made. It's not like a cheap whatever. That's my initial impression. So next, the other end of that long pressurized hose goes into the back as shown, and make sure you don't strip out the threads or anything. You can hand tighten that. No need to over tighten, just nice and firmly should do the trick. Now the front, make sure you read this beforehand, but basically that says don't turn the unit on. Don't plug it in and turn it on without the hose being connected and turned on. You don't want the motor to run without water going through it. There's a look inside of there. Next, we're going to take this little connector piece and screw that on as shown. Hand tight, nice and firmly. Should prevent any water from leaking, and that should twist, the green part should twist freely. Here's the trigger mechanism. It does have a locking feature, so you can slide this down like that, and that prevents actually the trigger from being pressed. So if you have like kids present or something, and you need to take a break or something, make sure you turn that locking mechanism on. This is the dial, and arrow pointing straight up means no detergent. Arrow pointing left or right controls the detergent going to the individual tanks. And the dial down here is the on and off switch to the actual motor. Make sure it's in the off position, as I mentioned before. You don't have the hose plugged in or screwed in and turned on, so just keep it off. All right, let's get to the tip of the nozzle here in these little quick release tips, these little nozzle tips, whatever you call them. Gosh, somebody comment down below the names, please, of these. What are these? The quick release nozzles, I guess. All right, we'll start with the most benign one, and let's see if I can do this with one hand here. You can see how it operates. You kind of pull down the golden ring there, and then it pops off like that. And to actually put it on, you kind of hold that golden ring down. It should snap into place. Make sure it does snap into place. It should not be removed without pushing that gold ring down first. Otherwise, when you turn this thing on, it's going to blow the nozzle out like a bullet. That would be terrible news. All right, we'll get kind of things wrapped up here. We've got the power cord, and this is kind of what it should look like. We'll hang it's kind of a hot mess. I haven't figured out, this is pretty new, obviously. Oh, brand new. I haven't figured out what the best way to store the cords are. So I'll have my eye on that. Now let's get the cord out. This thing comes with a fairly lengthy cord. I was impressed. I originally thought, oh gosh, of course I am a little short here, but I was thinking, oh, maybe it's like a 10-foot cord or something. No, it's significant. Whatever it is, you can check that out in the instruction manual. But if you do need, pay attention to this part, if you do need extra length, you have to, or if your outside power adapter doesn't work like mine because of the shape, you need an extension cord. If you do have an extension cord, make sure it's thick enough. Read the instruction manual, otherwise you could start a fire or melt this thing. Make sure it is thick enough. Next, we'll get the garden hose hooked up here. Make sure that's screwed on, and it just goes right into the front like that, making sure that is hand tightened. No need to use a wrench or anything. We'll turn the water on. Again, super important, make sure the water's on before you power up your new power washer. All right, and you might notice, okay, there's some water going through. That's good. I didn't turn on the unit yet, so let's go ahead and turn it on. And I was kind of waiting for for it to boot up like my gas-powered one. When you start it up, you hear the engine. No, not at all. Start it up, it should be silent, and then when water goes through it, it will actually turn on automatically. The pump will turn on. And so you can hear it in the background when I actually, you can hear the water spraying, but you should hear the pump turned on. It's kind of a wheezing sound. And then it stops when you stop pressing the trigger. So pretty easy, right? All right, so let's take out, this is the easiest, most benign nozzle. And let's see how it does on a corner piece of this flower box that's clearly peeling away. And some slow motion action for you. Okay, so pretty good, I think. This thing does boast just over 2,000 PSI, which is extremely dangerous. You don't want to think that's not powerful at all. Gas-powered ones maybe are a little bit more. Your commercial grade, my last one was like, I don't know, 3,000 or something, or 2,300, something like that. But, you know, for washing the car, for stripping a deck, for getting, you know, stuff off concrete, like, it's gonna be just fine. So speaking of, let's take this to the test. I've got the red nozzle on, and this is a very powerful nozzle, so you'd never ever want to touch that stream. That will cut right through skin. I haven't tried that, so I'm not speaking from experience, but let's go ahead and clean you can see what a great job that's doing on the concrete. I do have some discoloration happening with the concrete, but as far as dirt and grime and stuff, you can see it's just blasting through that pretty easily. TBH, I wonder what that is. A little shameless self-promotion there of the channel. Why not? Why not? Click the like button, by the way. Subscribe. Love to have you. Put out videos regularly. All kinds of stuff around the house. Nothing's off limits. Also, if you think you've got what it takes, DIY style, or really any hobby, think about my course that I just released. Teach you how to make YouTube videos like this and make money from it. It's pretty sweet. Okay, so you can see it like mowed through the grass. That was awesome. Yeah, you can cut your grass with this. I don't recommend it. Not really, you know, water friendly, but this is it. We're going to put everything back, wheel this thing in. Overall, this is an awesome buy, easy to install, super powerful, and I am happy with it. Inconvenience of the cords, but I'm living with it. Hopefully this helped you out. Thanks.